Building trust, marketing, the high value client. If you're joining me for the first time, my name is Brad Hogan. I'm a business guy here in Central Florida. This is season 4, the buy-in, episode 6, talking about high value clients. What do I do to sell? In my case, I'm a roofer. So I constantly get the question, how do you sell the $458,000 residential roof, the $624,000 residential roof, the $893,000 residential roof? In fact, I was talking to Derek Janney. He looked at one of those projects and he goes, "Is that a house?" I said, "Yeah, that's an estate-size house." And he just looked, he said, "Man, you have a different client. How does that happen?" Well, several things. One thing is I'm constantly thinking, what can I do that other roofers are not doing? What can you do in your business that other people in your industry are not doing? In my case, got a hardback book. It's basically my portfolio of jobs that I have done. Who in the roofing business has one of those? No one. No one that I know of. Now, they've got little brochures and some different things that have a project or two, but no one has a 50-page storybook that I've seen. And there may be somebody out there. But what can you do in your industry that you set that in front of a client and they go, "Wow, I mean, this guy really did all this stuff." Yeah, and have references with it, etc. It's just a matter of fact. It's an everyday deal. And it's constant that I'm talking about what I'm working on. And it's not just what I did in the past, but what I've got coming up, etc. And once you're in that element, it feeds on itself. It really does. I was in a group of comedians, and one comedian led to another comedian, led to another comedian, and it's people that do Netflix specials and are on TV every day, etc. And once I did one of those roofs, it just led to the next, to the next, to the next. And in many cases, it could be ethnicity. You get into a minority group and they're close-knit. They talk to each other. It could be a group of professionals. You get into a group of doctors. In my case, I had some very, very high-performing dentists in my area. And their businesses were just like, wow. And every one of them, their homes just knock out, second homes on the ocean, etc. And just these expansive projects that I was able to do and put my name on, etc. The way we do that, once we're in front of those people, because it's high end, it takes a little longer. And I'm not a hard sell. The way that I sell a client, period, whether they've got a $30,000 roof or a $900,000 roof, whether it is a multifamily project that's $5 million or residential, is I educate my consumer. I educate them on what's going on. I'm able to answer their questions, and I'm able to readily, on the spot, on the fly, come up with ideas. And it's just knowing my industry, it's knowing my product. So the more educated you are within your industry, the better off you're going to be. It's not salesman talk. And when I do one of those high-end residential estate roofs, it's normally 6 to 7, maybe 8 meetings. I'll have a few initial meetings, and then eventually I sit down at the dining room table, and it's step by step by step. I walk them through it. And different than a small roof, my contract looks a little different. For an estate size home, it's much larger. And what makes it larger is not the legalese tying them up. Not at all. What's in there are colored photos of how I do my details, how I'm doing a flashing detail, how I'm doing a chimney, etc. What I'm doing with the off-ridge vents, etc. You just want to go point by point by point. You've got to slow down when it comes to these high-end clients and explain to them. I can't tell you how many times one of these clients has looked at me and says, "You're my roofer." And I look at him and say, why do you say that? Well, you've explained everything. And what they're saying is, I explained everything the other company or the other guy could not or did not. It's just step by step by step. What you need to know about a high-end client is they are highly educated. Typically, they have the formal education. Not in all cases. And even if they do not have the formal education, they know something about you and your process. Believe me. I can't tell you how many times I've been dealing with someone that's in a total different sector. Let's say they own 100 nursing homes, but they know something about the aviation industry. It's like, how in the world does this guy know all this information? Well, he's either owned a plane, or he owned part of a company, or his brother-in-law owns a company, or there's something to it. These people are vastly educated in different areas. And the point being, no BS. If you do not know the answer, you tell your client, "That's an excellent question. I'll get you the answer to that." If they catch you in BS, in a lie, you're done. It's over. You're finished. It's not going to happen. And they may not tell you why. You're just not going to be their guy or their gal for whatever it is you're selling or offering. It's not going to happen. Be honest. Be straightforward. In fact, once you build a rapport, you can have a conversation. They ask you about something you don't know. You get to say, "I don't know that. How does that work?" And they will tell you about it. Now we're in a conversation. We're in a dialogue. We're starting to become friends, if you will. It's more than just the client relationship. That's how you build that rapport. But be on point, be on top of your game, know what you're talking about, get the education in your industry, tie into your trade shows, get involved within your industry. If you have a trade industry, we have the Florida Roofing and Sheet Metal Contractors Association, very involved, help write the codes, governance committee, etc. Get involved so you know what's going on and you can actually make a better product. Care about it, know what you're doing, and then finally, just hone your skills. Work on your skills. I can't tell you how many times I meet a realtor. What do you do? "Oh, I do high-end homes." They send me a link. I go to their webpage, check it out, and they're offering a $100,000 house. Oh, well, that's not high-end. I mean, you're not showing me a portfolio. Maybe that's what you want to do, but that's not what you're doing. And that's okay. Just be who you are. It's not necessarily about where you are today or where you've been. It's about where you're going. But be honest about who you are and gain that experience, gain that knowledge, and get to where you're going. Something that's very important to your company and your brand. Get something behind your name. Something. Within your market, within your industry, within your location. Become the number one, whatever it is you do, voted best roofer in Orlando. Became the number one roofer, the highest rated roofer on Google. 5-star roofer. Highest rating of anyone out there. Get something to your name. Maybe best place to work. Maybe CEO of the year. Maybe something that you can hang your hat on. And no, you can't make it up. It can't be you and your mom, okay? but find a publication, find a venue, find a way, something to kind of hang your hat on, and then progress from there. Love you guys. See you in the next one.